Hello students, good morning. Happy New Year to all. So, today we are going to start our new class in this new year. Okay. So, today we are going to study that new chapter, that is congruence of triangle. So, till now we have studied about triangle properties. Okay, last class we have studied different properties like angle sum property, exterior angle property, then Pythagoras theorem, about all this. So today we'll see about congruence of triangle. So you are seeing the new term congruence. So what does this congruence means? So congruence means that similarity, exact copies. Okay. So when one thing is exact copy of other thing, then they are congruent. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜଣେ ଅନ୍ୟ ଜଣର exact copy ହେବ. Okay. So here you are seeing two things. These two shapes, look at here. Are they exact copies? How will know? If I'll keep one thing above another, then that will set on one another. Okay. By keeping, that will exactly set on one another, so that by this we can see that these two are exact copies of each other. Okay, that's why these two shapes are congruent. Okay, and this property is congruence. And so these are congruent shapes. If I'll take these two shapes, look at these two shapes. Are they congruent? Is it looking congruent? Well, let's see. We'll put one on another. Okay. So, are they completely covering one another? Look at here. This is not covering. You can see other part. Okay. You can see the parts of other shape. So, this cardboard and this cardboard size and shape is different. That's why these two are not congruent. But in these two shapes and size are same. If you keep one on another, they will completely cover each other, so that you can see them as a one. That's why these two are congruent. Okay, and these two are not congruent. So now you understood what is congruent. Means when here written, when we superpose one figure over other, they fit into each other. Superpose means you are keeping one thing above another. This is superpose. So if you are superposing, they will fit into each other. That's why they are congruent shape. But in this, if you superpose on one another, means if you are keeping on one on other, they are not fitting. Okay. That's why they are not fitting into each other. That's why they are not congruent. So congruent shapes have same shape and same size, like this figure. Okay, this shape. These two cardboards, these have same shape, same size, but these do not have same shape and same size, because that's why these are not congruent and these are congruent shapes. Look at this picture. Here two pictures. Look at here exactly. They are, here circle is there, here also on the left side circle, then right side cross, right top side cross. Look, left bottom side equal sign is there, here also left bottom side equal sign is there, right bottom side question mark is there, here also right bottom side question mark. So these are equal. Okay, equal means they have same shape, same size, and everything is same. That's why this is what? This is congruence to this shape, is congruence to this shape. So these two are congruent shape. What you will write? Congruent. Remember the term congruent. Okay, CONGRUENT. Congruent shapes you will write, or congruent figures. And when you will say they are congruence. Okay, when you will tell that, then the property what will tell? They are both are congruence. E-N-C-E. Okay. So symbol of congruence is what? This one. In Odia it is talo melo or melo. ଯେତେବେଳେ ତାଳ ମେଳ କରିବେ ମାନେ exactly copy କରିବେ ସେତେବେଳେ that time they are congruence. Okay, so this is the first you will put two equal sign, then this curve mark, that is congruence symbol. The relation of two objects being congruent is called congruence. So relation between the congruent object is what? Congruence. Okay. Next you see congruence among line segment. How line segments are congruent. To check whether the line segment are congruent or not, we can superpose. Superpose means keep one on other. Superpose one line segment over another, and if they completely cover each other, then they must be congruent, like last time we have done. So here two lines are given. We'll superpose means we'll keep one on another. So look at here. Here line is given. This line is exactly covering this line. Look at here. Their length. By length you can say that AB and CD. They are what? If you keep on other this, then what will happen? They will cover each other. That's why you can say this line segment are congruence. Okay. And these are congruent line segment. Or you can, what you can do? You can find the length. So look at here. We'll see it is how much length. Okay. Now I am zooming so that you can see the length. So look at here. It is showing that 5.7. Okay. Next, if I'll keep it, it is also showing. Okay. It is also showing how much? 5.7. Look, 5.7. So both have how much? 5 points length. If we are measuring, both have the length 5.7 centimeter. That's why, how you will say that line segment are congruent? When the length of the lines are equal, that time both the lines are congruence. So if two line segments have the same, that is equal length, they are congruent. Also if two line segments are congruent, they have same length. Means, look at here. Again I will measure. This one is 5.7. This is 5.7. This is, sorry, this is 5.3. This is 5.2. This is 5.3, and this is also 5.3. So 5.3 centimeter, 5.3 centimeter, 5.2 centimeter. So exactly when we measure all these line, so here AB is equal to CD, equal to 5.3 centimeter. That's why hence line AB is congruence to line CD. Or if you are writing, if line AB is congruent to line CD, then what will happen? AB equal to CD. Means length is equal. When line segments are congruent, they have same length. When line segment has same length, they are congruent. Jete line segment same length ro hobo, semane congruent hebe. Jete line segment congruent, setebele then they have equal length. So this is about congruence of line segments. Next to see congruence of plane figures. Okay. In the case of plane figures, the two shapes will be congruent if they have same shape and size. Okay. You cannot bend, stretch and twist the image. So look at here I have taken two shapes. So I'll mark it 1 and 2. So how we'll see if they are congruent or no, if they have same shape and size. Okay, if they have same shape and size, what they are telling, we cannot bend, stretch and twist the image. We do not bend, stretch and twist the image. So how will so these are congruent? If I'll keep one figure on another, or if we'll superpose one figure above another, what we'll get? They will fit into each other. Look how they are fitting into each other. Look, by looking at this, you can say that they are fitting on each other. Okay, exactly fitting on each other from both sides. Okay, if you are turning everywhere, you can see it is looking like one shape. Okay, but these are two shapes. But they are, if you are keeping one figure on one shape or other, they will fit each other. That's why without bending, without stretching and without twisting, okay, we can know that these two figures are congruent. Like this, if this is F1, this is F2, then if F1 is congruent figure to F2, what we can write? F1, this says congruence to F2. Okay, so we'll write like this. So this is about plain figures without bending, without stretching and without twisting. Okay, bending means एमती मोड़ी दबो ना जेमि तमे ताहाकु bend करजो. I'll show it. This one is, what is bend? This is bend. If you are turning like this. And stretch means like rubber you are stretching. Okay, like this. This is stretching. And your twisting is means modi daba. Okay, like I will twist. This is twisting. So we have not bent, we have not stretched, we have not twisted. Without this, we can know that plane figures are congruent. Next, we will see congruence of angles. If two angles have same measure, they are congruent. Okay. Also, if two angles are congruent, the measures are same. Okay. Means if two angles are given, if they have same measure, means the angle is same. The measurement of angle is same. If this is 60 degree, this is also 60 degree, then they are congruent. And when they are congruent means two angles are congruent means the angles are same. Let's see. So look at here. Angle ABC is 40, angle PQR is 30, angle MNO is 60, angle XYZ is 40. So which two angles are congruent? Angle ABC is congruent to angle XYZ. Why? Because angle ABC equal to angle, we'll write because angle ABC equal to angle XYZ. That is how much? 40 degree. But you see, they cannot be congruent to 30 degree or 60 degree, PQR or MNO. Why? Because they have different what? Measure. Okay. They are not same measure to XYZ and ABC. And if angle ABC and angle XYZ are congruent means the angles are same. Okay. So this is about congruence of angles. Next we will see congruence of triangle. So triangles have three sides, three angles and three vertices. So two triangles are congruent if they are copies of each other, and when superposed they cover each other exactly. So you can see these two triangles what we have taken. So these two triangles 1 and 2. Okay. How they are congruent? If you keep or superpose on one another, what you will see? They cover each other exactly. So look at here. From the front it is covered, from the back also it is covered exactly. So that you can say that these two triangles are what? These two triangles are congruent. In case of congruent triangles, all the sides of one triangle must be equal to corresponding side of triangle. Means this side is equal to this side, look, and this side is equal to this side, and this side is equal to this side. Then you will say that, okay, I'll tell A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Means AB and is equal to XY, AC is equal to XZ, BC is equal to XYZ. Okay, so AB and XY are corresponding sides. AC and XZ are corresponding side. Means this side is corresponding to this side. This side is not, AC is not corresponding to XY. Why? Because AC is not equal to XY. Where it is when you are where it is fitting? It will fit here. Okay, it will not fit here. It will fit here. Look, XZ will not fit here. Where? AB. That's why XZ and AB are not corresponding sides. So XY and AB are corresponding side, XZ and AC are corresponding sides, then YZ and BC are corresponding sides. Okay, little bit I'll zoom it. Then all the angles of one triangle must be equal to corresponding angles of one other triangle. Means these angles are equal to each other. Means angles of one triangle is equal to angle of corresponding angles of other triangle. Means angle X is equal to angle A, angle Y is equal to angle B, angle Z is equal to angle C. So corresponding angle of A is angle X, corresponding angle of B is angle Y, corresponding angle of C is Z. Okay. Then what? All the vertices of one triangle must be corresponding to vertices of other triangle. So look at here, vertices means A is corresponding to vertices X, vertex X, Y is corresponding to vertex V, and C is corresponding vertex is Z. So look at here, you can easily say like this. So this is about if both are congruent triangles, then their sides are corresponding sides are equal. Okay, corresponding sides are equal, corresponding angles are equal, and corresponding vertices. Okay, all the vertices of one triangle is must be corresponding to vertices of another triangle. Okay. So look at here, two triangles are given, A, B, C, P, R, Q. Okay, so in triangle A, B, C and P, R, Q have same size and shape. They are congruent, so we would express this as what? Triangle A, B, C is congruent to triangle P, R, Q. This means that when you place triangle PRQ on triangle ABC, P falls on A, P falls on A, then R falls on B, falls on B. You can keep R on B and Q falls on C. Okay, so A is corresponding to P, B is corresponding to R, C is corresponding to Q. Okay, then what? Also PR falls on AB, PR falls on AB, BC falls on RQ and AC falls on PQ. Okay. If under given correspondence two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding parts means angles and sides that match one another are equal. Okay. So if these two are corresponding means AB is equal to PQ. Okay, AC is equal to PQ. Sorry, AB is equal to PR, AC is equal to PQ, and BC is equal to RQ. So that I have put one line for similar corresponding angle, then here 2 line, here 3 line. Next we'll see that angles. Angle A is equal to angle P. Angle B is equal to angle R. Then angle C is equal to angle Q. Okay. So thus in these two congruent triangles we have corresponding vertices. Corresponding vertices, how you can write? Corresponding vertices is what? B, you will write R. Okay. Then A is one vertex corresponding to P. Then C, vertex C is corresponding to vertex Q. Like that, corresponding sides. For corresponding sides, how we will write? AB. AB is corresponding to PR. Okay. Then AC is corresponding to PQ. Then BC is corresponding to RQ. Okay. Then what about angle? Corresponding angles are angle A is corresponding to angle P. Then angle B is corresponding to angle R. Angle C is corresponding to angle Q. So this is about that congruence of triangles. So here remark you can say that if it is the order of the letters in the names of congruent triangles which tells the corresponding relationship between two triangles. Okay. If we change it from triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PRQ to triangle ABC congruent to PQR, then the two triangles are not congruent, as it is important that all corresponding sides, angles and vertices are same. So here what we are writing? Here triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PRQ. It is like that because A is similar to P. Okay. B is similar to, means B is corresponding to R and C is corresponding to Q. But if I'll write that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Okay. So here A is congruent to P, but B is not congruent to means not corresponding to Q. B is not equal to Q and C is not equal to R. That's why this is wrong. Okay. So always write in the way where you will put the corresponding. Okay. So in the proper way, like you will put in order of letters, means ABC triangle means PRQ. Don't write PQR. Why? Because here B is corresponding to R and C is corresponding to 2. Means if you are writing ABC, means that is corresponding to what? PRQ. If you write ACB means A is corresponding to P, C is corresponding to Q. So write P, Q and B is corresponding to R. B is corresponding to R, like that. Okay. If you are changing here, you will change here. If you will change here, then you will change here. Always keep the order how you are writing. Okay. So always maintain the order. Okay. So this is about today's class about congruence we have started. I hope you have understood. Thank you.